The importance of good habits in daily life. The way we behave decides what our habits are, and our habits make us who we are as people and individuals. They influence and shape our life a lot more than we realize. Over time, our habits become our routine, and it shapes our daily lives. They are very strongly etched in our brains, and our mind clings to them in daily life. The habits we have and the ones we develop over time are very important. This is because as time passes and these habits become regular and a normal routine for us, they tend to become more and more automatic. They become so powerful because they also trigger neurological cravings. This implies that certain behavior gives psychological satisfaction and relief. Our habits work in a loop. They develop a cycle. The execution of a habit is usually triggered by a cue, and repeating the habit on that cue gives a sense of relief to our brains, which acts as a reward. Because of this reward, the loop of the habit is reinforced. Over time, this cycle becomes automatic by it. When a habit is formed, the participation of our brain in its execution slowly decreases. After a while, the brain's participation fully stops, and the habits begin executing themselves, like a reflex action. If we can understand how our work habits, it might be possible to control them. Breaking the components of a habit is a lot easier than breaking the habit itself, which makes it possible to break the loop. Because the habits become somewhat automated, our mind does not have to focus any energy in their execution. This energy can be used to focus on other important tasks. This thing works in our favor. That is why, if a bad habit is created, it needs to be broken, because they soon spiral out of our control. If you don't try to get rid of a bad habit consistently and replace it with a new one, the old routine will surface again, and the habit will be triggered on cue. Our brain cannot differentiate between good and bad habits. We have to learn to differentiate ourselves. We have to pick a positive habit and productive routine and use it to break the circle of bad habits. Here, the good thing is that these habits are not permanent. These habits are not our fate or destiny. Although it's difficult, habits can be ignored, changed and replaced with time and the right direction. What's noteworthy is that habits never truly disappear, they are just replaced by better ones. To sum it up, having good habits is very important as they shape up who we really are. They induce nearly 60% of the actions we perform every day. They create strong neurological cravings, which induces us to repeat them over and over. How we act every day and behave depends directly on them, which ultimately decides how we behave in certain situations and around certain people or in certain places. It becomes very important to watch what habits we pick up. We should be mindful of what routines we establish. This is not something we are consciously aware of, but it is something we should make ourselves aware of, because before we even realize it, it becomes the way we behave every day. This makes it highly important for us to choose our habits consciously and avoid the ones which may alter our attitude negatively.